I think it was important to get to know her off the court because I do think that, connections, getting to know people really play a part in the success of teams. And it's really awesome to get to know her as well.
Caitlin Clark is taking the WNBA by storm. Fans are excited, and the league is getting more attention than ever. This rise in popularity is changing the game, especially for the players. So how did they feel about Caitlin and her impact on the sport? Caitlin's skills have earned praise, but what about her opponents in the WNBA? How do they see her now that she's on the court with them? Caitlin's teammates also have unique insights into her character that most people don't get to see. Even WNBA legends are weighing in on the buzz. One key voice is Breanna Stewart, a star in the WNBA, with multiple MVP awards and championships. She's a true legend and an ambassador for women's basketball, so when she speaks highly of Caitlin Clark, it carries weight. Breanna knows what it's like to be in Caitlin's shoes. As the #1 pick in the 2016 WNBA draft, she understands the pressure and the challenges that come with all the hype. She also knows how tough it can be when opponents focus on you.
Obviously, when you come into this league and you're a #1 pick, everyone's going to know where you are on the court at all times. She's looking to make the pocket pass and continue to, that's going to be the growth of this team over the season, is them figuring out what the right spots are depending on what defenses are going to do. So, I think that us up here, it's respect. Obviously, we know she's a great player and just trying to do whatever we can to make it tough.
It's exciting to see top players like Breanna Stewart bring such a competitive mindset to the game, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Even after winning the WNBA championship, Breanna spoke about making things tough for rookie Caitlin during the season. This shows that Breanna is a fierce competitor who sees Caitlin as a real threat. It's this kind of competitive spirit that drives success in the league. Despite their difference in experience, Breanna clearly views Caitlin as her peer. She's right to believe that while WNBA players are competitors, they also rely on each other to lift the league as a whole. Breanna has seen the rise in WNBA viewership and met the legendary players who came before. She knows Caitlin Clark is already a game changer in the league. Breanna's response shows she recognizes the impact Caitlin is having, but, as a competitor, is also determined to challenge her and make Caitlin prove she deserves all the spotlight.
It's going to be a collective win for all. And now that, she's a part of our league and a part of our 144, even though we're competing against each other, we're making sure that we're continuing to lift up this league together. And I think that's what's the most important thing behind it. Obviously, we have to put the best talent on the court every night, but making sure that, there's growth. I think that when I first started in the league, some teams weren't even making revenue.
The WNBA has been changing fast, and we can look to another legend, Sue Bird, for perspective. Sue retired in 2022 as one of the most decorated players in league history, and hearing from someone with such a successful career offers valuable insight into Caitlin Clark's early journey. Sue's career began as the first overall pick in the 2002 draft. With her experience, she understands the immense pressure Caitlin faces today. Sue points out that the pressure is even greater now because the game has grown so much since she was drafted over 20 years ago.
Let's not forget that she probably has arguably the most pressure that any, women's basketball player has ever had coming into the WNBA. I mean, sometimes it feels like the weight of the WNBA is on her shoulders. That is both, like I said earlier, a compliment and warranted in a lot of ways, but also maybe a little bit unfair to put so much on.
Caitlin Clark might be facing more pressure than any other player in WNBA history. It feels like the weight of the league is on her shoulders, which is both a compliment and a bit unfair at the same time.
I think that Caitlin, what people don't talk about is mentally, she's an absolute beast. So I think that is going to help her more than anything, because it's not if you fail, it's when you fail and how able your bounce back, your resilience.
Yeah.
So Caitlin will be great. She can shoot it from deep and she can pass. All those things will really, really help her at the next level.
She's right in saying that Caitlin Clark shouldn't have to carry the entire WNBA on her shoulders. There's no reason for her to face so much hate from other players. Still, Caitlin's resilience is one of her standout traits. While many praise her talent, few highlight her mentality. WNBA champion Kelsey Plum is one of the players who has recognized Caitlin's mindset. You might expect more pushback, especially since Plum appeared on the Pat McAfee show, where Pat teased her about the lead now belonging to Caitlin and the end of the Kelsey Plum era. There was also a moment in college when Caitlin surpassed Kelsey's record as the all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I women's basketball. Players like Kelsey and Caitlin set records because they show up every day, putting in the work. These accomplishments come from years of dedication and resilience. Kelsey Plum sees this in Caitlin and has given her the well-deserved praise for it.
Caitlin is the face right now, and that's also good. Like, she's selling out gyms, of course. Like, why would you hate against that?
Exactly.
We had a sold-out home opener. Like, I think it was a practice game. Like, it wasn't even serious. And it was sold out. Like, we benefited from that because now we have all our fans there, and they're excited, and you have new people coming into a market. She is her own economy, and that is amazing.
The mental adjustment from college to the professional league is often overlooked, but Caitlin Clark seems to be handling it well. Her start in the WNBA was tougher than expected, but she showed improvement as the season went on. This is a clear sign of her mental toughness. Every time she faced challenges, she found a way to overcome them. It's encouraging to see how she's adapting to the new league. It's strange that some people are hating on Caitlin Clark, especially given all the positive changes she's brought to the WNBA. Even other WNBA stars recognize this. Caitlin has been selling out tickets at an unprecedented rate, benefiting everyone financially. Listen to how Dallas Wings star Sadhu Sabali discusses this on Paul George's podcast.
I'm not the least, bit worried about what she's going to be able to accomplish in the league. I just know she's going to continue to work really hard and stick with it, and good things will happen to good people.
Caitlin Clark being her own economy is a powerful statement, and it's refreshing to see Sadhu Sabali appreciate her for who she is, rather than feeling jealous. Though the NBA players should embrace this new wave of attention instead of resisting it. Many players, like Sabrina Ionescu, recognized Caitlin's future success. Sabrina believes Caitlin will earn plenty of awards if she keeps working hard. Sabrina herself sparked the three-point revolution in the WNBA, starting with her Rookie of the Year win in 2020, just like Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark into this next year. I was just curious what you guys thought. Could we see that next year? And what you guys just think of her game as far as, being an elite shooter?
Well, we've been talking about finding different ways to change this up next year. And I think he has a partner in mind that's going to join him. And so I'm open to any partner that could help me win and take that belt that he has up front and center away from him.
Accomplishments come to those who work for them. And WNBA players like Sabrina Ionescu and Caitlin Clark are proving that with their dedication. Sabrina holds the record for most three-pointers in a single season with 128 in 2023. But in her rookie year, Caitlin Clark made her mark by hitting 22 three-pointers in the 2024 season, the second highest total in WNBA history. Incredible achievement. Many have compared their playing styles since both excel at long-range shooting. Sabrina even faced off against Steph Curry during the NBA All-Star Weekend and joked afterward about teaming up with Caitlin for a rematch. That's the level Caitlin Clark is already at, right from the start. She's on par with some of the greatest shooters ever, and even they are eager to compete with her.
She's great. She's a great player, great person. Obviously very hard to defend. So she's bringing a great offensive game to the Fever, and just excited to see how she does this.
One thing's for sure. If Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu ever face off, it'll be a legendary matchup. Caitlin will likely surpass Sabrina's single-season three-point record in no time, and Sabrina would be lucky to team up with Caitlin against Steph Curry. In fact, anyone would be lucky to be Caitlin's teammate. Her skills draw so much attention from defenders, which opens up space for her teammates to shine. Caitlin's unique mindset is what makes this possible. She's selfless and team-oriented, unlike other stars who might let fame and talent lead to tunnel vision. Caitlin stays focused on the team and winning. Lexie Hull, one of Caitlin's teammates, was the 6th overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft. If Caitlin Clark is the Steph Curry of the WNBA, Lexie could beat a Klay Thompson. She brings strong defense and more shooting, complementing Caitlin's game. The two have great chemistry on and off the court, sharing moments outside of basketball and showing their bond in post-game interviews and on social media. This connection is clear in how they play together, and it's helped Lexie's game improve since Caitlin joined the team. Lexie was thrilled when the Indiana Fever drafted Caitlin Clark, praising her offensive skills and how they would immediately boost the team's offense. Caitlin's presence makes the game easier for Lexie and all of her teammates.
She's so mature for being 22 years old and having the attention that she has. It's pretty incredible. And I think, outside of basketball, she's just a 22-year-old girl who goes and lives life and has fun and does everything normal. And I think something that's so hard is it's so hard for her, I think, to go out and do normal things because the attention that she has.
Once Lexie Hull and Caitlin Clark started playing together, she quickly saw Caitlin's maturity and appreciated her mindset. Spending time off the court, Lexie likely sees more of the challenges Caitlin faces. Her insight gives us a deeper understanding of Caitlin's greatness.
I think we play against guys during practice, we play against ourselves. But if her team's not winning in a scrimmage or a drill, she's competitive and she's gonna do everything she can to win. And I think it just shows the type of player she is. If it's not working, she's gonna try to figure it out. And you definitely want her on your side.
Fun is often an underrated part of winning basketball. Just look at the dynamic duo of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. They had a blast playing together. It's important for a team to enjoy playing together to stay motivated and committed. A team's success often depends on the chemistry in the locker room, and it's crucial for a franchise player to create the right atmosphere for teammates to thrive. Of course, Caitlin Clark isn't all fun off the court. You don't achieve her level of skill and success without taking the work seriously. Fans can't fully grasp the amount of effort she puts into her game, but hearing from teammates like Lexie Hull gives us a better sense of her dedication. Caitlin is known for being intense, even during simple practices and drills. This competitive attitude is exactly what you want from a team leader. It sets a strong example and shows that Caitlin is the kind of player you can count on. You'd rather be her teammate than her opponent, trusting her with the ball because you know she's practiced her shot countless times. Her determination lifts everyone in the locker room.
Obviously, it's a good thing for women's basketball. I'm playing alongside this kid, so it makes everything, a little bit more dramatic, and the people are coming out to see this person. So we just do what we can. We embrace it. I'm pretty sure our organization can feed off of it, our, state of Indiana. So I think for us, we're going to utilize this energy for as much as we can possibly use it, and be happy that the women's basketball and the game, where it's going, is pretty positive.
Caitlin Clark is the kind of player you want on your side in battle on the basketball court. Her teammates, like Lexie Hull, are likely motivated to work harder after seeing Caitlin's incredible work ethic and wanting to match it. This influence is clear in their improved stats, and we'll see how much further they grow in the seasons to come. Another teammate, Kelsey Mitchell, was the second overall pick in the 2018 WNBA draft by the Indiana Fever. In a post-game interview, Kelsey spoke about Caitlin and the team, while Caitlin kept redirecting the spotlight to her teammates, showing her leadership. The whole team feeds off the new attention Caitlin brings, and Kelsey mentioned how inspired she feels by the fresh energy Caitlin has injected into the Fever. It's clear that Caitlin's presence is giving the team a positive boost.